You think you're the perfect luxury train passenger. Think again. Luxury train staff have a secret list of passenger behaviors that drive them absolutely insane. And if you're doing even one of these things, you're already on their radar as that passenger. Today we're revealing 10 things that luxury train staff secretly hate about passengers. These aren't just minor annoyances. These are the behaviors that can turn your premium journey into a nightmare for everyone involved. I've interviewed dozens of luxury train staff members from Orient Express, Royal Scotsman, and Blue Train services. What they told me will change how you travel on premium trains forever. 1. Treating staff like personal servants. This is the big one that luxury train staff cannot stand. Some passengers think because they paid premium prices, staff members are their personal assistants who should be available around the clock. They demand room service at 3 in the morning, ask stewards to unpack their luggage, or expect staff to iron their clothes while they sleep. One Orient Express steward told me about a passenger who actually asked him to call their daughter to wish her happy birthday. Used trains have professional service standards, not unlimited personal assistance. Staff are trained hospitality professionals, not your household help. The moment you cross that line, you become the passenger everyone talks about in the staff quarters. 2. Constant photography without permission. Here is something most luxury train passengers do not realize. Staff members are not part of your Instagram photo shoot. Many passengers constantly snap photos of stewards serving meals, making beds, or just walking through the corridors without asking permission first. Some even pose staff members like props for their social media content. One Royal Scotsman attendant shared how passengers would literally grab her arm to pose with champagne glasses while she was trying to serve other guests. These staff members have rights to privacy and dignity. They are not theme park characters. Always ask permission before photographing staff, and respect if they decline. Most will happily pose for 1 or 2 photos if asked politely, but constant camera flashing makes their work environment uncomfortable and unprofessional. 3. Ignoring dress code rules. Luxury trains have dress codes for a reason, yet some passengers act like these rules do not apply to them. Staff hate when passengers show up to formal dinners in shorts and flip-flops, or wear gym clothes to afternoon tea service. One Blue Train conductor told me about passengers who argued that because they paid so much money, they should wear whatever they want. But dress codes create the elegant atmosphere that everyone paid to experience. When you ignore these rules, you are not just disrespecting staff, you are ruining the experience for other passengers who followed the guidelines. Staff members have to enforce these rules, and when passengers become argumentative about appropriate attire, it creates unnecessary tension and conflict that affects the entire dining car atmosphere. 4. Hoarding food and beverages. This behavior drives luxury train staff absolutely crazy. Some passengers treat the inclusive dining like a free buffet and try to stockpile food and drinks in their cabins. Staff have caught passengers stuffing dinner rolls into purses, taking entire bottles of wine back to their rooms, or asking for multiple desserts to save for later. One Venice Simplon Orient Express chef shared how passengers would request extra portions of expensive ingredients like caviar or smoked salmon, clearly planning to hoard them. This creates inventory problems and can actually cause shortages for other passengers. Luxury train menus are carefully planned with specific portions and quantities. When passengers hoard items, it disrupts the entire service flow and can leave other guests without access to included amenities they paid for. 5. Monopolizing staff attention during peak times. Luxury train staff hate when passengers demand extensive personal attention during the busiest service periods. Picture this scenario during dinner service, when staff are rushing to serve multiple courses to dozens of passengers, and one person decides this is the perfect time to have a 20-minute conversation about their life story, or ask for a complete explanation of how the train engine works. Staff want to be helpful and engaging, but they have specific service timelines to maintain. One staff member from the Gone told me about passengers who would corner stewards during meal service to show photos of their grandchildren or discuss their travel history in detail. While staff appreciate friendly passengers, monopolizing their time during peak service hours creates delays for everyone and adds stress to already demanding work schedules that require precise timing. 6. Complaining about things beyond staff control. Nothing frustrates luxury train staff more than passengers who complain about weather, track delays, or mechanical issues, as if the staff personally caused these problems. Luxury trains travel through remote areas where weather conditions can change rapidly, and track maintenance sometimes requires unexpected stops or route changes. Staff have heard passengers complain about rain ruining their scenic views, delays caused by freight train priority, or even wildlife on the tracks preventing normal speed. One Rocky Mountaineer attendant shared how passengers blamed her personally when fog obscured mountain views during their journey. Staff cannot control Mother Nature, railway infrastructure, or government regulations that affect train operations. These complaints create hostile work environments and unfairly target staff members who are doing everything possible to maintain service quality, despite circumstances completely outside their influence. 7. Excessive baggage and storage demands. Luxury train cabins have limited storage space, yet some passengers pack like they are moving permanently. Staff hate when passengers bring multiple large suitcases and then demand that staff find creative storage solutions throughout the train. One staff member told me about passengers who brought 6 large bags for a 3-day journey and expected staff to store the excess luggage in dining cars, observation lounges, or even staff quarters. Luxury trains provide specific baggage guidelines for a reason. Excessive luggage creates safety hazards in narrow corridors, blocks emergency exits, and takes up space needed for service equipment. When passengers ignore baggage limits, staff spend valuable time playing luggage Tetris instead of providing the hospitality services passengers actually want. This also creates unfair situations where passengers who followed baggage rules have less storage space because others brought excessive amounts. 8. Demanding special meals without advance. Notice, luxury train chefs plan elaborate menus days in advance, yet some passengers expect last-minute special dietary accommodations, as if there is a full grocery store on board. Staff hate when passengers suddenly announce they are vegetarian, gluten-free, or have allergies right before meal service begins. One chef from the Canadian told me about passengers who demanded a completely vegan meal during the first dinner service, despite never mentioning dietary restrictions during booking or check-in. Luxury trains carry limited ingredients and cannot make emergency stops for special grocery shopping. These last-minute requests force kitchen staff to improvise with limited options, often resulting in mediocre meals that disappoint both the requesting passenger and the staff who take pride in their culinary presentations. Special dietary needs should be communicated during booking so chefs can plan appropriate ingredients and create meals that meet both dietary requirements and luxury standards. 9. Treating public spaces like private rooms. Luxury trains have beautifully designed observation cars, lounges, and dining areas meant for all passengers to enjoy. Staff hate when passengers claim these spaces as their personal territory. Some passengers spread belongings across multiple seats in observation cars, leave personal items at dining tables for hours, or even change clothes in public lounges. One staff member shared how passengers would reserve entire seating areas by placing jackets and bags on every chair, preventing other guests from enjoying the scenic views. C. Run besides presenter een, soor spindifferbouws. These public spaces are carefully designed for shared enjoyment, and when passengers treat them like private extensions of their cabins, it creates conflicts between guests and puts staff in awkward positions of having to mediate territory disputes. Staff should not have to police passenger behavior in shared spaces, but selfish actions force them into uncomfortable confrontational situations. 10. Leaving cabins in disaster condition. The final thing that luxury train staff secretly hate is when passengers leave their cabins looking like tornado disaster zones. While staff expect normal cleaning duties, some passengers create complete chaos that goes far beyond reasonable housekeeping. One steward described cabins with wet towels thrown everywhere, toiletries spilled across bathroom surfaces, food crumbs ground into carpeting, and personal belongings scattered across every available surface. Some passengers even leave dirty dishes and glasses in hidden places like under beds or inside wardrobes. This level of messiness shows complete disrespect for staff and the beautiful accommodations. Luxury train cabins are designed as elegant private retreats, not college dormitory rooms. When passengers treat these spaces carelessly, it requires hours of extra cleaning time that prevents staff from providing attentive service to other guests who respect their accommodations. Luxury train staff remember problem passengers for years, and word spreads quickly throughout the industry. If you have been doing any of these behaviors on your previous journeys, staff members already know your reputation before you even board. The luxury train world is surprisingly small, and bad passenger behavior gets discussed among crew members across different train lines. Your next luxury train experience could be completely different based on how you have treated staff in the past. If this video opened your eyes to luxury train etiquette, please hit that like button right now. It helps other travelers discover these insider secrets before they make embarrassing mistakes. Subscribe for more luxury travel tips that you will not find anywhere else. And if you made it this far, drop a comment below with the words "train for you" and tell me about your most memorable luxury train experience. I read every single comment and love hearing your stories. Thanks for watching.